attack the offseason and make sure that he's able to do more for you guys this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously had a drive, I think, to get better, and there's certainly a lot of areas that he could improve. He had a great year last year. I mean, I couldn't be more pleased with how he played last year and led us to semifinal appearance, and got banged up in that game, but fortunately it wasn't too bad at all. And so I think he's been driven this year, along with this senior class, to get better and bigger, faster, stronger. But he has improved this offseason. I'm really excited to watch him play this year.
The skill guys around him last year were sort of unknowns. I mean, they had a lot to prove, and over the course of the season you could see them grow. And now Markel Fortenberry is committed to Liberty, and D.J. Burks is committed to Appalachian State, and Noah Vaughn is a year older. And just what could be the potential of this skill group around Carson?
The potential's high, but we haven't done anything yet with this group, and so I thought last year's group probably overachieved in a lot of ways. And because you mentioned them, a lot of unknown, and they were. There was a lot of uncertainty. I would say there's still uncertainty going into this year because, we're going to be counting on a lot of guys to play two ways. And so what does that look like? D.J. Burks, Markel Fortenberry, basically all those guys you mentioned. So what does that look like? We don't know. There's been a lot of years where we've done that, and there's been some years where we haven't had to because we've had more skilled depth. But we expect those guys to make big plays, those names you mentioned, the D.J. Burks, the Fortenberrys, Noah Vaughns. So it's exciting. That's what it is. The potential means you hadn't done anything yet, but it's exciting to have it. And that's our goal every year, Jesse, is to reach our full potential, whether that's 15-0 state championship or not. Our goal is to reach this team's full potential, and you just don't know how good you're going to be until you get out there.
Parker McGill was such a consistent presence at the running back position the last couple of years. What are you all entertaining now in terms of replacing that production, and who are some of the guys to maybe keep an eye on?
It'll be a group effort. I think, it starts with Noah Vaughn because he played a lot last year, but Noah plays a lot of slot receiver some too. Jackson Phillips, who we have here with us today, is a senior running back who's kind of waited his turn, been in the background a little bit. Played a lot last year at an H kind of fullback sniffer type role. And caught a lot of passes out of the backfield for us. So Jackson will get a lot of touches there. And then Gage Ledoux is going to be a sophomore. Will have to be on the field. He's going to be a really good player. So I think between Noah, Jackson, and Gage, it'll be a group effort in the backfield for Maryville this year. And that's the way we like it though, because we want to have a lot of options. We want to be balanced, and we want to have a balanced amount of touches. We don't want to have one guy who's catching the ball or carrying the ball for us every game.
The expectations at Maryville are always high, state championships really, and when a season kind of goes awry at the end like it did last year, do you guys as coaches hammer that home, or is it just an unspoken motivator within the locker room?
The kids usually take care of that. To be honest with you. I remember in 18, kind of the same deal. We had a tough loss to Oakland in the semifinal game, and then the next year in 19, good senior class coming back. They were very motivated from that game, and we don't really talk about it that much. We ran into a buzzsaw last year. Oakland was the best team in the state, and I think they proved that the very next week when they kind of did the same thing to Brentwood that they did to Maryville. And so, they were the best team in the state, and sometimes that happens. You're not going to win them all, and if you do this long enough, that's going to happen to you. So, but they set a high standard, and that's one that we hope we can rise to this year. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to make a deep playoff run. But our kids have always handled that. And us, we're one game at a time, so we're thinking about heritage right now, and how we're going to look in scrimmages, and we're still trying to find pieces. So there's just such a long way to go. So talking about a playoff loss from last year is not in our mind, but I don't think there's any question it's in our kids' mind.